Hello, YouTube. This is the Real Truth MLM coming live at you today because I got some things on my mind. You know, um, I'm one of those kind of guys that I look at a lot of YouTube, just like I'm sure the rest of you do, about different things about how to lift black folks up, and how we can do a lot together, and it's like and I just really am targeting a certain demographic of black people that I feel can just understand the real truth. You know, I've been, looking, just like I'm pretty sure anybody that's listening, I've been looking at a lot of videos and articles or reading things online about how we as a group of people can come up, as African Americans can come up in this society. And the reason I'm making this video is because even though I tried to find someone with a similar opinion, I couldn't. So I decided that I had to get up and do this because I just don't feel that it's being talked about enough. And I don't think that there's anyone out here on YouTube that can actually represent those group of people that really just know the real truth about the coming together of black people and everything else. And the truth is, guys, that, and I speak for a lot of people that I know can probably hear me on this, that I think, the rise of black people is pretty much just done. I think that we're just done as a race of people, and it bothers me that nobody is saying anything about this. Now there's a couple of guys that I do follow that I do applaud their efforts of what they're doing. I respect what they do, and I really think that it's a really a good thing. But out of the effort of these soldiers that's really trying to make a difference and educate black people and everything, I applaud their efforts and I respect them and I do follow them, and I do support them. But honestly, I just think that it's just over for us. The time for change has come and gone. It's too late for any major change in black society as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I know a lot of other people are concerned. The only thing that we can do now is to survive the apocalypse that's coming up. It's just, and how you do that, basically I just feel like the only thing you could do that is, get the education that you need and, protect you and yours, of course, educate you and yours. But as far as you trying to save a whole demographic of African American people or black people in America, you can forget it. I look at all these soldiers out here that's trying to educate people, and they keep giving you the same thing, that the government is against us and everything. I think any black person in America that has to work and pay bills, we all know that the government is against us. They need to tell us something. Tell us something that we didn't know. Tell us something that we didn't know. We all know that. We all know right now, as of me making this recording, it is August of 2016. And we currently and over the past couple of months, we have experienced a lot of police shooting black men down, for no justifiable reason. And they're getting away with murder. Now, it's just gotten to the point to where now, even though the police are wrong and I don't support them and what they do, but we all know when a police officer kills a black man or a black person, because there's women too, we already know that they're going to get away with it. They're going to get away with it, or they're going to get a very light sentence. There was a story I read about a cop in Virginia that that shot a kid down at Walmart, and they had a trial, and that cop only got 2 years in jail. We done. And people say, well, why can we? Why do you feel that we're so finished and done? Well, think about it. What you gonna do? You know, what can you realistically do about any of this as a black person? You know, come up with a bunch of conspiracy theories. You know, some people talking about, oh, the Illuminati is taking over the world, and okay, well, maybe so. I looked at some of those videos too, man, which I think is interesting, man. But I think everybody knows that being in Hollywood and being a star is an exclusive club anyway. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe that's what they don't. Then maybe they do it. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm not a celebrity, so I'm not in that demographic. And if you're going to but the question that you guys have to ask yourselves is, even though all of this wrongdoing is going on with the police, what are you realistically going to do? They talking about, we'll stand up. What we going to do? Keep marching? I'm tired of marching. It ain't do it. It hasn't done us any good so far. So why are we going to keep doing it, guys? Why keep doing it? Why keep marching on Washington? We demand justice. We're not going to get justice. We're not going to get justice. And we all know that sensible black people know, but nobody's saying that. Nobody just saying, oh, well, you need to stand up. What you going to do? You going to go get an AK-47 and go back to police like that dude did in Texas? Which I got questions about that story, but that's for another time. But just suppose he did do this. What, are you going to do the same thing? You're asking for a death sentence. You know that they can kill you without impunity. The only thing you could do when you get pulled over by a police officer is pray that you are not next. That's it. Just hope you don't run into that police officer that day. Just hope that that your number isn't called. You could be as cooperative as you want to be. You can say, yes, sir. No, sir. They'll still blow you away. Just hope that you don't run into that cop. And they going to go home and eat mashed potatoes and spinach and like it ain't nothing. And you going to be 6 feet under. And they going to be back on the job the next day. That's just how it is. That's just what they do. Anytime, yeah, like I said, these guys got money and they got power. And black folks, we don't have that. That's why we don't get no justice, and we're not going to have it. It just gets me to the thinking like, oh, okay, well, what else are we going to do? All right. Okay, now they got this thing. Tell me we're going to put our money in black banks, and we're going to start opening up businesses and stuff like that, man. I mean, really? Well, these black-owned banks are not black-owned. They're black-managed. But the real decision-making comes from the upper echelon of bankers. Places like Bank of America, they got a lot of subsidiary companies. Look it up. I'm pretty sure you got a search engine. Look it up and see what you're dealing with for real. See who really runs things behind the scenes. I wish I could give you some examples, but I'm not in a position to where I could pull it up and do this video at the same time. So, yeah. And like I said, it's not being talked about enough, I don't feel. So I had to step up and do it because it's bothering me. And I hate to see, so many of our like, I guess our black leaders or black educators that really do get what's going on, trying to save an entire race of people that's just not going to be saved. Not going to be saved, They tell you right now, oh, well, you get out here and vote. Right now, August 2016, when I'm making this audio, we got, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump running for office. I mean, they tell you get out there and vote. Vote for what? Their plans do not include you. You got these dumb black people up here vouching for Donald Trump and stuff. You can't even stay in one of his buildings, but you out there defending him. He ain't got no plans for you. but to make sure that your butt is jobless, you ain't got no money, and then you just be worthless. That's what he's gonna do. It doesn't matter anyway whether you vote or not. I mean, I follow Dr. Umar Johnson, and I actually read up on what he talks about, and he's absolutely right. The president of the United States is not selected by the people. Nowhere in it does say. I read it for myself. I didn't just look at a video or two. And it's never selected. I mean, the prime example of that is when George Bush came into office. Those that can remember it, when George Bush came into office, he lost the popular vote. Man, people didn't vote for him, but he came right on in. And that's just So why vote? Why bother? If you're black and you're listening to this, they're not going to do you any good. They haven't said one word about no black people, but everybody vouching for them. Hillary Clinton, you know what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton, her husband's administration is responsible for the 3 strikes law. They made it nationwide. At first it was in California, and then they made it nationwide. 3 strikes, you're outlaw. They did that. I've read it. I go to the library and I read too. So, well, hold on a minute. Oh, sorry about that. I got to come back. So enough about that. But what I want to touch on is, I get a lot of people up here saying, "Oh, okay, well, we're just gonna, we're gonna pool our money together and our resources together, and we're gonna build businesses and all this kind of stuff, and we're gonna pull ourselves out of poverty." I appreciate the positive attitude, but if you're living in a country where people with money control everything, then I don't understand where do we think that we fit in at? Or we want to buy land and stuff like that. Well, here's the secret, right? Any land worth buying is already spoken for and is not for sale. So that's not gonna work. This country has made it impossible for the black people to come up. I mean, that's written in the Constitution almost. So therefore, I hate to see people, you got these speakers and stuff that have been preaching the same thing for 30, 40 years. They've been saying the same thing. They've been warning you and warning you and warning you, and now it's here, and we just done. It's too late to do anything. It's too late. The only thing you could do is survive it. Educate yourself and your loved ones, and it's too late to save the entire race of people. They're not going to wake up in time, and you can't spend the rest of your life trying to warn people. You can't spend the rest of your life being scared either. You just have to, live your life and just hope you don't run into that cop. Hopefully you don't run into that, that person that just wants to kill you, because if they're white and you're black, you're going to be dead. They're going to either walk free or darn near walk free, get like 6 months in jail or something. You 6 feet under. And, what are you going to really do about that? We don't pull our money together. We haven't bought no politicians, that's going to work in our favor. Anything that they try to put in our favor is going to be voted down anyway. It's just happening. It's proven itself over and over and over again, man. And you just don't get it. You're just done. And, well, this video is running into, 14 minutes now? Well, that's all I got to say for this video. Thank you for listening. Please, feel free to leave your comments. I don't block comments on my videos. Not that I do them that often, but I know I probably get a lot of people that disagree with me. Hopefully I get some people to agree with me. And hopefully, we can share our thoughts on that. And, we got some solutions to, we can come up with our own solutions to make sure that our families are straight. And make sure that, but as far as us saving the black race in general, it's over. It's over. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk to you guys later.